Framed by the Patriot Guard, the remains of Private First Class Bill Morrison made their way home. It was near the end of World War II when the Birmingham native was in a firefight with the Nazis in Germany's Hurtgen Forest. It was a fierce battle and Morrison was shot and killed. His body was not able to be recovered, so the fact that this burial with full military honors could happen at all is remarkable.
Sometimes during the fog of war, there are unknown soldiers that are buried, but the Department of Defense has an agency dedicated solely to identifying remains. Sometimes they find remains they didn't even know existed, crash sites and things like that.
In the case of Private Morrison, the long journey home actually began 2 years after his death when a civilian hiker discovered human remains in the forest, which were then buried in Belgium's Ardennes American Cemetery. They were ultimately disinterred in 2019 and sent to the U.S. Department of Defense lab for identification. Local veterans advocate Dr. Barry Booth communicated with the Morrison family throughout the planning of the service and says they were in disbelief at the news.
They just thought it was amazing for them to be able to locate him and tie them to the family here in Spanish Fort. It was just amazing, and all honor to the government for doing all that.
Family from right here in Spanish Fort and from around the state made the trip to the state's only veteran cemetery for the service. Private Morrison was honored posthumously by several organizations. The oldest and closest family member was given a Gold Service Star banner and numerous accommodations in his honor before ultimately being presented with the United States flag.
It does give hope. There are tens of thousands of missing in action personnel from America's wars. And I can't even imagine for a family what it's like not knowing what finally happened to their loved one. Today was a little slice of being able to bring closure to a family.